So I know you're one of Curtis King's homie. I see the content y'all do. By the way, that video's fire. That song you guys did with the video. I don't know the name of it.
Get right.
Get right. Yeah. Shout out Curtis. Shout out y'all. That shit was fire. I just watched that the other day. But him and everything he stands for with the DIYers. You having, I know we spoke a little bit about this off camera. You having a record deal and kind of seeing that side of the industry compared to what you're doing now.
Right. Yeah.
What's some of the differences and similarities that you've noticed on your journey, from there to now to what you're doing now?
Bro, really just the resources, dog. That's mainly it, man.
Exactly.
Like being able to go to a nice studio, have to work, not having to, work out.
Worry about how stuff getting distributed,
Exactly.
how this is gonna get done.
Exactly.
A lot of
man.
things is already put in place for you to
kind of move.
You can kind of relate to that too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot, and I understand that it's kind of like, yeah, for sure. With the independent drive, that's I feel like where the most work come from.
Yeah.
It's
Figuring
everything out. It ain't even about doing it. It's about how to do it. Like, how do I go about this? Like, there's multiple steps. 50 steps. How do I start from one, and in what order do I go in, and all this stuff. So they do help you get that. Because they've been doing it for so long. So you just get there and they. So it's a trick or trade,
Absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Absolutely, bro. And like just learning that, and then like once you become independent, man, having to kind of navigate without a lot of those resources.
Probably suck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like, damn, bro. Like, I don't even want to do this shit.
I gotta do all
Back at the
this.
house.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, did you take any things with you out the door? What were some of the things you took that that you applied from then to now?
Bro, so I wasn't really big into auto tune until I got until I was actually signed. Like, bro,
Okay.
that changed. Like,
That's tight. That's tight.
bro. Real talk.
Give us that perspective of the game.
Absolutely, yeah. And like, they just showed me like it's not just for what the mainstream is. Like, there's so many different things, and then like and the engineering, how people actually produce albums and put things together, like. It's a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
and I didn't like you think you know something until like you don't. You know what I'm saying? And like I did not know how like to really structure music until I got into that situation. And then
Was that situation after school?
yeah, after school, yeah.
So even going through school and learning everything that you learned.
Yeah,
like
but you learn how to engineer and stuff like that. I mean, but
the other stuff you just kind of got to experience.
yeah, it's more of a hands-on thing. It's more of a definitely hands-on thing.
That's why it's different for everybody's journey.
Yeah, because like in school, they show you like, okay, there's your mistakes right here, blah blah blah, and then okay, you can fix it from there. But for me, like I don't know, maybe I could have just been bullheaded. I was like, man, fuck all that shit. I like the way I do. Because like I'll say this because engineering is also subjective as well.
Yeah.
The
It's
reason
how
why
you want to do it.
how you want to do it, bro. And I actually proved this to one of my instructors when I was there. So one of our assignments was to take your tracks or whatever, and you had to mix and master it, one without a master on it, and then one with a master on it with a negative 3 dB. So
That's tight. That's
so
tight.
yeah, you got to be able to like
different levels. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But and the thing is, you have to do it on a Neve board. So those are like fucking
basic boards. Yeah, exactly. You gotta really do it standard. Like you
exactly. And he was one of those dudes that like, I can hear everything. Yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, cool.
Tell what you didn't really hear,
Bro, when I tell you I didn't do that, I just mixed it the way I wanted to. Like I didn't do it. I did 2 tracks the way that I wanted to do it. I ended up having one like the best sounding tracks through everybody in that class. And I'm like, I told the homie after that, I was like, nigga, I didn't do anything he said. So that's how I know all that shit's like is like
It's like Dr. Dre didn't go to school for it.
Exactly. It's
Right.
an ear thing.
I
Everybody
think-
born with a different sense of touch and ear,
Right.
to certain things.
And it's like you're just like kind of learning the, crossing your T's and dotting your I's. But once you know it, you can do whatever you want with it because you kind of know you understand the sound and where it's supposed to be.
Which way you going
know,
with
and
it
then
at
so
the
now
end.
it's like you can. Once you know the fundamentals, you could break the rules. You feel me?
Big time.
And it's like you kind of showing them like, like you could do it that way, but I'm doing it this way.
Right.
And it sounds fire.
Sounds fire. I mean, you know, we've been seeing that in the industry at its finest, and that's what I was gonna get to ask you, just as far as like, because I mean, you in the industry, so you see everything that's going